Happy Friday, everyone. This is the State of the Market 2021, part two of my four-part series. If you don't know who I am, I'm Brian Wayman with Century 21 Sheets. This is actually my anniversary month. May was the month I started, and 16 years ago, so 2005. So anyways, last week I started the State of the Mind series out of, I'm playing Journey in the background because I wanted a little bit of music and I love Journey. So if you don't, sorry. So I felt compelled because to do this series just to give you guys out there just a little bit of education, and even just a little bit of information that kind of can help you better prepare for a potential market you may be getting into. And the word is, everyone's saying how great of a market it is. Sure, depending on what you're trying to accomplish. So, and last week I started with your state of mind. So really, part one was just kind of helping you be aware of what the current state is and having the right state of mind to decide whether you're going to jump into this market or not. This part is, and I'm mainly focusing in on people that are trying to sell and buy. Now, if you're doing one or the other, you'll be able to take information from this and it'll be useful to you. But on the sell side, the biggest thing I think from an agent and this is my professional opinion, from my experience and from just my knowledge of real estate, the biggest thing that I take from this current market right now is that you have some control and you can manipulate the sell side to set you up for a successful track on the buy side. Now, if we're in a less competitive market and, you go a year back, and if you're priced right, and if your condition is great, you're probably going to get a really good price, a full price offer for your home. The difference between that market and this market is that you have a tendency, right now the statistic is for MIBOR in all central Indiana, the average sell price is 104%. So you're getting above asking price on average, which is kind of unheard of in this market. Now there's other markets that have seen that, Denver and maybe other, I'm sure big cities, but the big difference from last year to now is that all those little things, and when I mean little things, they're not really little, but some people overlook them. Sometimes agents overlook them, maybe unexperienced agents, and the consumer maybe overlooks them, but they're very important to the aspect of the transaction to make a seamless, smooth sell and buy transaction. And what I'm referencing is things like getting post-closing possession. You're buying a house. The seller of that house you're buying has requested 7 days post-closing possession. So you need to probably get yourself 14 days on your sell side, so that once they're 7 days up, you have 7 days left to move out of your house and move in. Maybe you don't need a week, but I'm just giving you that as an example. Another thing would be covering a gap appraisal. If the price does sell over asking, maybe you were already aggressive on that asking price, they paid over, now it doesn't appraise, you need some appraisal coverage. Maybe they're not going to ask for closing costs. Some price points in this market it's very commonplace to see closing cost assistance that the buyer asks. You're probably going to see a lot stronger buyers in this market. They're putting 10, 20, sometimes cash, full price. They're paying the whole thing in cash. So you're going to see stronger buyers in this market. they're not going to probably nitpick you as much on the inspection, or maybe they're doing an as-is addendum. So, and there's some things you need to know about that as-is addendum as a seller that not all realtors are going to know, but I know. So you really need to have somebody you know and trust to work for you. And I guess my point is that if you take advantage of this market, you can manipulate a lot of those things in your favor. And the one thing I would say is, if you call me today and you said, "Hey Brian, can you come over? I want you to come over and see my house. Tell me what I need to do to get it into market ready condition." So I come over, we chat, we meet. I gave you a list of 5, 6, 7, 8 things to do, and we have a great meeting. I leave. I follow up with you, whatever we discussed, maybe the next couple days or a week later or whatever. See how you're doing with your items that you want to get. Maybe you want to clear out the house. Maybe you want to do some minor repairs. Maybe, who knows what it is. But I'm way more apt to tell you, if you have 80, 90, right now in this market, normally I would want you to do as much as possible to get the house squared away, so when we list, it gives the very best impression. But let's just say you're 80, 90% into those items that we discussed or that you wanted to do. I would really rather you list sooner than later. So if you're 90% done and you call me and say, "Hey, there's just these 2 items," depending on what the items are, obviously, I may just say, "Hey, let's just go ahead and list. And if you can get those done before we get people in or whatever, great. If not, then let's not worry about it." And, so the biggest thing with that is you're controlling, you have less variables. Like 30 days from now, I don't know, there could be 5 listings on the market, and those are direct competition for your house. Right now, there may be none or 1. And if you have no competition and you're the only apple out there for people to eat, what do you think is going to happen? Versus, 30 days from now, there's 5 apples. There's 5 houses to choose from. They have a lot more choices, and you're going to have less choices. Right now, you have a lot more choices. You're going to have more offers. So, I hope you understand that. I really would want, give me a call so we can kind of talk over and strategize those kinds of things, because I'm just kind of giving you some general thoughts more than anything. It's not a rule of thumb. It's not anything I set in stone. Each seller's situation is going to be unique in its own. So I will need to be able to meet with you and see what you're trying to accomplish. And if we line up on if I match kind of my strategy to yours, then we will be successful in what you're trying to do. It'll have to be me listening to you and you listening to me and taking my advice, and then as long as I can listen and understand what you're trying to accomplish and help you achieve that. So I really appreciate you watching. One thing I just remembered that I wanted to kind of point out is I have noticed that the market is slowly upticking. We had an office meeting 2-3 weeks ago, and we talked about market activity, active listings. And I think the statistic was from March to April, we've had 48% increase in listings. And even in my neighborhood in McCordsville, I've noticed an increase. There was one that listed today, one that listed yesterday, one that listed 17 days ago. I listed and pinned mine early April. There was another one right around the same time that was listed and pinned. Another one that just sold like 3 or 4 weeks ago. Like within 2 street, like a small square block, there's been 5, 6 listings. 2 in the last 2 days, and I know there's 2 more that are going to be listed. So And I have several buyers as well, and I have them set up on MyBoard searches. And when they get a notification as soon as the listing hits, and as well as I do. So I've been seeing an increase in that number. So what I would say is, don't just sit around and wait at your convenience. If you're going to take advantage of that, of the market, I think we need to start planning and strategizing. So give me a call. Thanks for watching. I was joking yesterday, talking to a buddy of mine lives in my neighborhood. He's a realtor as well. And I said I posted a video last Friday, and I don't think anybody watched it. I think there was maybe 13, 14, 15 watches or views. And I think I watched it 5 times. And I don't even think my wife watched it, which is fine. I'm really okay with it as I get more comfortable in front of the camera and refine my editing abilities, which are none right at this point. Just really trying to get more comfortable in front of the camera, and I can hopefully step up my editing game down the road. But I still think I have no subscribers for my YouTube channel. So if you would do that, I would greatly appreciate it. I will take everyone that have subscribed during this series, this 4-part series. I will put your name in a hat or a bowl or whatever it is, and I will so you'll get 1 entry for the subscription, and then if you comment and like, I will also get you another entry into that. And I'll let Joan up front draw the name, and whoever wins will get a $100 gift card to a local restaurant. So be kind, don't sweat the little things, and enjoy your weekend. Thanks for watching. See you next Friday.